My name is Yvonne Maria Gonzales de Gonzales. I lived in, I guess, what we would call the, where Sunken Garden meets the quarry.
Okay.
And it was called the Rock Quarry, and became, and how that happened I don't really know, but it became the Sunken Garden. That whole area was occupied by small houses, tiny streets, but it was a very impressive neighborhood, and the fact being that the men of the neighborhood were very machos, and they had a lot of control over the area, so that people from the west side, the other parts of the city, had great respect for these people in what we called the Stadium Drive area, but which became known as La Piedrera.
Sí,
La Piedrera was the rock quarry. Had some famous people who came from there. One of them being one of our very famous conjunto and accordion player. It was El Flaco Jimenez. That was what he eventually became known as. But when I was growing up, I could sit on the corner of East Mistletoe, St. Mary's, and Stadium Drive, and would sit on the corner with some other friends, sometimes by myself. And what was cool was that we could listen to the music. The music was famous. Polkas, accordion music that became famous later, but which was ordinary to us, but it was great music. So anyway, that was one part of the area. The neighborhood is very, very, I guess, impressed me very much. It was a very cultural, but it wasn't, rich, poor. It was more cultural in that people shared their foods, people shared their languages, people became friendly for different reasons, whether it was because you had done business with them, or because they sold food in the area and had grocery stores, or for X many reasons. But you began to know about different foods. I learned about different foods. We had a Jewish neighbor, a Russian Jewish lady, Miss Olitsky. I remember how wonderful she was about sharing her food. And I tell you, an awful lot of people became friends because we had food to share. Farther down Mistletoe, going toward North St. Mary's, we had grocery stores and tortilla factories, and small, we're talking about very small. The tortilla place was wonderful. You could smell the corn being cooked, and it was a wonderful smell in the air. Across the street, almost diagonally across the street, on the corner of King's Court and East Mistletoe, was Sun Shing grocery store. So we had his grocery store, we had my grandfather's, we had half a block up was the Tortilla Factory, and we had Mr. Salas, who had a grocery store in that same area. It was just wonderful because there were all kind of influences, and there was no opportunity to become prejudiced. I mean, I don't remember people talking badly about people. Or Mr. So-and-so did this, or Mr. So-and-so. There wasn't that kind of backbiting or disrespect. There seemed to be a respect